Welcome to our video on the latest news from Arsenal Football Club. Mikel Arteta has a few fitness doubts ahead of the Gunners' clash against Bournemouth in the Premier League on Saturday. Arsenal take on Bournemouth on Saturday looking to maintain their advantage at the top of the Premier League. Mikel Arteta's side go into the game on the back of 3 successive wins, the latest coming on Wednesday night when they cruised to a 4-0 success against Everton at Emirates Stadium. Arsenal team news. The Gunners will make late checks on Eddie Nketiah, who limped off the pitch following his second-half substitute appearance against Everton in midweek. Jorginho is also a slight doubt, having been suffering with illness, but should be fine to make the squad, although Thomas Partey is expected to return to the starting 11. Gabriel Jesus continues to step up his recovery ahead of his long-awaited return to action. He has been working outside and should soon be able to start full contract training with the rest of the squad, providing he does not suffer a setback. Saturday's game will come too early for the Brazilian, however. Mohamed Elneny is out for the remainder of the season, having undergone knee surgery in January. Key man, Bukayo Saka. It has to be Saka. Arsenal's star man stepped up when his team needed him yet again on Wednesday night, producing the moment of class that ended Everton's stubborn resistance. Saka now has 10 league goals to his name this season, and every one has either been an equalizer or a goal to put Arsenal in front. Time and time again he is delivering at key moments, and it would be no surprise to see him do the same once again on Saturday. Saka's goal and assist against Everton takes his direct goal involvement tally in the Premier League to 19 this season. Only Erling Haaland and Harry Kane have more. Talking point. There's always a lot of debate ahead of games over the need for Mikel Arteta to rotate his squad. Saturday will be the third game in a week for Arsenal, and Arteta named an unchanged starting 11 for both of the previous 2 against Leicester and Everton. Despite that hectic schedule, the likelihood is that he will once again resist the urge to make changes this weekend, especially with Thursday night's Europa League game in Lisbon on the horizon. Arsenal's manager will certainly make changes for that game, with the likes of Kieran Tierney, Fabio Vieira and Jakub Kiwior all expected to come in, so it's likely that he will keep things as they were for Bournemouth. What has Arteta said? Despite scoring 4 goals against Everton, Arteta wants to see his side add even more creativity to their game, knowing that they will continue to come up against defensive low blocks between now and the end of the season. That's something we're going to need, he said. To create a lot of opportunities against this block is really difficult because when we find openings, we have to be clinical and ruthless. I think the way Bukayo scored the first goal against Everton was top. Arsenal predicted 11. After huffing and puffing a bit for the first 40 minutes against Everton on Wednesday night, Arsenal got into the groove after Bukayo Saka broke the deadlock before half-time. It ended up being a comfortable win for the Gunners, but, as always against teams near the bottom of the table, staying patient is so important. The same mindset will be needed when they take on Bournemouth this weekend. The Cherries lost 4-1 at home to Manchester City last time out, so Mikel Arteta's side will be hoping to get another 3 points on the board. We predict Arsenal's starting lineup for the match at the Emirates. GK, Aaron Ramsdale. The 24-year-old had a very quiet evening against the Toffees, although he did make a good stop when Dwight McNeil unleashed a shot in the second half. Ramsdale won't be expecting to be tested on Saturday afternoon either, considering Bournemouth's poor record on the road this season. Away from home, Gary O'Neill's men have won just twice in 12 matches, having scored only 10 goals. RB, Ben White. Didn't really offer a lot in the final third versus Everton, and his passing was a bit wayward early on in the game. White did provide a few overlaps during the match, but the Gunners did focus most of their attacks down the left, for the most part. The fullback will be facing Haim Traoré this weekend, who is a lively young player, so it is a battle to keep an eye on. CB, William Saliba. Everton striker Neal Maupay was not really a threat, so the centre-back had a pretty straightforward game on Wednesday. Bournemouth's Dominic Solanke should pose more of a problem, but, with Arsenal being at home, he may only get limited opportunities to get on the ball. With the Cherries likely to be pretty defensive, the key for Saliba is to stay switched on and make sure any counterattacks are snuffed out. CB, Gabriel. The Brazilian had one standout moment versus Everton when he put in a great tackle on Maupay. Even though Gabriel is only a few years older than Saliba, the Brazilian has taken on the responsibility as the senior partner in the center of defense. After conceding a fair few goals since the turn of the year, it's good to see Arsenal keeping a second consecutive clean sheet. They will be hoping to make that 3 on Saturday. LB, Oleksandr Zinchenko. The Ukrainian was outstanding against the Toffees, and he was many people's man of the match for the way he opened up the opposition defense. Zinchenko carved Everton open for Bukayo Saka's goal, and the pass he played in the build-up for Gabriel Martinelli's second was top drawer. Despite playing left-back, the 26-year-old was very much the chief playmaker on the pitch, and he will be looking to take that form into the game this weekend. CM, Thomas Partey. Jorginho was substituted at halftime on Wednesday night, with manager Mikel Arteta saying after the game that the Italian wasn't feeling good, suggesting that he may have picked up an injury. With that in mind, it seems almost certain that Partey will start this weekend, having made a good impact versus Everton. The Ghanaian hasn't trained a whole lot this week, though, so don't expect him to last the full 90 minutes against Bournemouth. CM, Granit Xhaka. It was an improved performance from the Swiss international against Everton, who looked more of a threat in the final third than he has been recently. Xhaka played a part in the third goal, delivering the pass to Leandro Trossard, who set up Martin Odegaard. Arteta has recently mentioned that Fabio Vieira is pushing very hard for starting opportunities, so that may have focused Xhaka's mind somewhat. Martin Odegaard. Other than his goal, the Norwegian didn't really have the influence that we have come to expect from him, particularly in the first half. Odegaard did grow into the match, but only when things began to open up once Everton had to start chasing the game. The playmaker will face similar challenges against Bournemouth, who will keep things tight early on. He needs to try and find more space so he can be a creative outlet. RW, Bukayo Saka. The winger took the first chance he got versus the Toffees, rifling the ball into the top corner of Jordan Pickford's net to open the scoring. Saka also created the second by nicking the ball off Idrissa Gueye for Gabriel Martinelli to slot the ball home. The 21-year-old led by example, and, if the Gunners are to win the league, he will be one of the main reasons why. CF, Leandro Trossard. The Belgian has taken to the false 9 role like a duck to water, taking up awkward positions and getting out of tight areas with his excellent close control. Trossard's main contribution versus Everton was his cross for Martin Odegaard's goal, and he seems to have done enough to keep his place for the match this weekend. Eddie Nketiah did come on and contribute an assist himself, but he will need to do more to dislodge Trossard. LW, Gabriel Martinelli. The Brazilian bagged a brace himself on Wednesday evening, and he looks much more comfortable playing alongside Trossard than Nketiah. Martinelli's preference for playing as an inside forward, combined with Trossard's tendency to come deep, means there is space for the Brazilian to make his trademark runs on the left-hand side. The forward is very much back to his best following a lean spell in front of goal after the new year. Let us know your opinion about the subject discussed in the video, comment below and help us broaden the discussion. Your opinion is very important to us. Thank you for watching.